Cr125, and today we're going to be talking about everything that's wrong with it, how great a bike it is, and why I think it's maybe one of the best bikes you can get for $1,500. Okay guys, so we just picked this up the other day. This is an 86 Cr125. So these things are race bikes. If you're not familiar with CRs, they are the two-stroke primo Honda bikes for racing to battle the KXs from Kawasaki, the YZs from Yamaha, and then the RMs from Suzuki. And 1986 was kind of a big year for Honda. This was the first year for 250 and 500 on like cartridge forks, and they were really good bikes too. But the 125 specifically won the, I think, national championship or something. It won a bunch of races and was really dominant actually. So this is like a real winning race bike, not this one specifically, but this model. So yeah, we picked this up the other day for $1,400. It has quite a few issues, so we're just going to go through what it needs right now. So biggest thing, suspension. We'll show you later in the video how terrible it is. It rides like a post stick. It's incredible how bad the suspension is. The shocks are just blown out. The springs are fine. It's mostly the back one. The rear shock is pretty bad, like terrible, and then the fork is also pretty bad. I don't think as bad though. The other big thing is, if you want to come over here, the chain is very rusty. Probably going to get a new chain at some point. It does ride fine. Probably going to lube that up and stuff. We've ridden it only a very small amount. And then the tires, if you can't tell, are just absolutely dry rotted, destroyed. So if you notice, if you had an 86 Cr125 before, you probably noticed that some of the things on this are not stock looking because the frame is supposed to be red, and this frame has been, if you come down here, Cameron, you can actually see blue paint, red paint, and then the white paint. So it was obviously red originally, and then it got painted blue, and then it got painted white, and now it's just kind of like wearing through. That's where your boot whoops through. This side panel is supposed to be black. You can see where it's black underneath, and this is probably painted white right over it, or stickers thing, some vinyl piece. The seat's not in perfect shape. It is pretty solid up here, but it does have a couple divots right here, and then it's a little bit torn up on the side right there. Side covers though, really happy that these tank covers are on there. These are not the original decals. They're usually Honda wing, and it says 125, Cr125. Number plate, front number plate is in a service plastic. So this is aftermarket as well. Usually I think this is black or something. And then I think this is stock from Fender. Not mounted very good. It's missing a couple bolts. And then the fork boots are absolutely destroyed. So the bike does look pretty rough in some ways, and then sometimes you look at it and you're like, oh, this is a complete bike, and it looks good. It does run well. Yeah, the first thing I will say, me and Cameron have both ridden it. Riding impressions, brakes work awesome, front and rear. The brake lever is snapped off there, and this has a hose clamp on the brake reservoir, so it's kind of rough looking, but it may not look like it works the best, but they work really good. Rear brake lever has a little motocross tiny brake lever. And then the most impressive thing is the gearbox on this thing. It has a tiny shifter, but as long as you get used to that super tiny shifter, this gearbox is incredible. Super smooth. This is our first two-stroke on the channel. This is our first two-stroke, either of us riding it. So maybe this is a two-stroke thing or whatever, but when you are in the power band and you shift up or whatever, it just doesn't even leave the power band. It's incredible. And it's super easy to find neutral, super smooth. It's a 5-speed. The only thing we've done so far is just put these new grips on because the other ones were absolutely destroyed, so we literally couldn't ride it like that. It's dangerous. So yeah, the clutch does seem kind of like it needs maybe an adjustment or something. It doesn't feel the best, but it does work totally fine. This kill switch is loose, so sometimes you go to hit the kill switch and it just goes like that, and you can't turn the bike off. So that's kind of annoying. And this fender is definitely been like hit or crashed, or somebody definitely looped the bike, landed on the back for sure, and like fricked this up pretty bad. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome bike. We have some big plans to fix everything on it. I think it's Cameron's turn to hop on and show you guys how sweet this machine is. Okay guys, so Cameron just hopped off the '86 Cr125, and what do you like about riding it?
The power band is pretty fun. When you can feel when it hits, and then as you hit it, you then hit like whatever limiter it is. So it's just like super sharp.
You have
like
to
upward,
upshift quick if you want to stay in the power band.
when you upshift, you just stay in the power band. Like it's just like second gear is
too fast for here, basically.
too fast. Yeah.
We don't have much space, so that's we're gonna do the full review of this thing, like a legit riding review and everything, when we have the tires and the suspension up at his uncle's place where we have more space, because around here you just kind of like putt around on the pavement and then a little bit in the grass. But quick like specs real quick. Apparently it revs, the actual limiter is like 12K,
and the power band is at 11.
and then it has 31 horsepower out of this 125cc. That's what it's spec'd as. I have no idea what this is making, probably less, just because it's old and needs to rebuild every once in a while. So yeah, thanks for checking out this sick video, or the video on this sick bike, on this Cr125. This thing's awesome. Old race bike, definitely. This one was definitely raced, and yeah, if you know anything about CRs, you probably know everything about this already. But yeah, if you don't know about two strokes, consider maybe picking one up if you want to have some fun.